Hello, good afternoon everyone and welcome along to the Cardiff City Stadium here in South Wales. We're over the border this lunchtime for one of the biggest EFL rivalries going as Cardiff City host bitter rivals Swansea City in one of the early kickoffs in the Sky Bet Championship. It's the South Wales Derby. Sporting events don't get much bigger in these parts. The two biggest teams in the country of Wales ready to lock horns for the 119th time in their long and proud histories. While visitors Swansea are in a position of mid-table comfort, Cardiff's position is a little more perilous as they sit one place above the relegation zone. So a big atmosphere building here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Kick-off between Cardiff City and Swansea City, little over 5 minutes away. A crowd around 29,000 packed in here for this one. It should be quite the spectacle. Bluebirds might arrive here 5 unbeaten in all competitions. They've actually drawn their last 3 league games, 1-1 each time. It's been over 2 years since 4 ended as a stalemate. There was that scoreline when the sides met along the coast earlier this season. However, problems have arisen since then. The dismissal of Errol Bullock was expected after a poor run, but there have been issues after a poor winter run and just 1 league win in their last 13 games, which was away at Watford just before the turn of the year. And Maurice's reign as interim started well enough as he won 14 points from his first 7 games. He hadn't taken the job permanently until the end of the season. He's taken just 9 points from the last 13 played, leaving them in this unwanted position amid a run of 8 winless games here at their home. It's been a tough week for the head coach as well, who announced on Thursday he'd lost the rock in his life, his father. The players will be playing with black armbands today as a mark of respect for their boss. Would dearly love for him to win this one after the personal issues he's faced over the last few days. In his pre-match interview he said he was never going to miss this one. Swansea are comfortable right now in the middle of the table without any fears of relegation. Some fans are wondering whether a playoff push might yet be on the table in the months to come until the end of the season. They've got plenty of catching up to do if they want to have a shot at Premier League football again for the first time since 2018. Luke Williams' side keep the ball better than almost every other team in the division, but clean sheets have been a problem for them, particularly on the road, where they've lost half of their games so far. Players focused, keeping their minds on the task ahead here. Been inconsistent to say the least for Swansea. 3 wins, 3 draws and 3 defeats in their last 9 games. Today it's a chance to get their first championship win in 2025. A win they will take at all costs as they look to keep their strong record going against their nearest and dearest, having won 5 of the last 7 meetings. Their only big slip in that time, their loss here last season. Both teams were away in FA Cup action last weekend as Cardiff won at Sheffield United, while Swansea were comfortably beaten at Premier League strugglers Southampton. The Bluebirds, though, played their game in hand on Tuesday night as they let 3 points slip late on, as they played out a 1-1 draw here with Watford, conceding 3 minutes from time. Home side make 3 changes from the side that started in midweek. Captain Joe Rawls is back in for Perry and G. Has Brendan Hotter moves to right back. Ollie Tanner replaces Chris Willock out wide, while top scorer Callum Robinson returns from a 3-match suspension to replace Ruben Colwell up front. There could be a debut later for Danish striker Yusuf Salek, who's on the bench, and he's joined by the returning Melanis Siopis, who was ill last time out. Anwar El Ghazi isn't ready to be involved just yet. Swansea made 5 changes from the cup game last weekend, but crucially 2 from their last league game a fortnight ago. Cyrus Christie makes way for Ben Kabanga, who's back from his groin injury, and starts with Harry Darling, who's also good to go, as he makes his 100th appearance for the club, having missed the FA Cup match 6 days ago. Joe Allen starts in midfield for a bit of extra nous in there, with Jan Vipotnik dropping to the bench. Well, Callum Chambers has had a different role to play in recent times. He's been deployed in central midfield in the last 4 matches, a centre-half by trade, but they've used his calmness on the ball a little further forward as Omar Iza looks to get the best out of the squad he has. Josh Key is key at the back for Swansea City. Every opportunity down that right-hand side. We'll be wary of those running against him, the likes of Tanner, Robertson and Ashford, who will all interchange and play off that side at times. Moniz has had a really hard few days, losing his father. Very determined and well-meaning pre-match interview from him. He only wanted to speak about his side. He was asked about Swansea, dismissed them straight away, not interested in the opposition one bit. Luke Williams is off on a scouting mission to the Netherlands tomorrow. Just over a year in charge now here at his South Wales club. Playing here today in the Welsh National Stadium. But instead of all red, it's all blue. Just a couple of thousand away fans allowed to make the bubble trip for this one. You had to come on the coach or you weren't coming at all. Coaches that were made to sit in the car park at the Swansea.com stadium for over an hour. Bust in, police escort, everything that comes with a derby game in these parts. The 119th South Wales derby upon us here, where the Bluebirds are battling to stay in the division after a season to forget so far. Sitting just outside the relegation zone, it looks like it'll be a scrap right until the end for them. Swansea aren't into scrapping too much and are trying to play their way back to the Premier League. Luke Williams this afternoon looking for a win after a mini slump, which has them chasing the playoff pack up ahead of them. Big boos here with every Swansea touch on the ball, both sides in their traditional home colours. It is likely to be played at a very good tempo. Timon. Headed there by Darling. He breaks for Keane Ashford. There's a throw into Swansea. Swansea started their calendar year with a heavy 4-0 defeat at Portsmouth. Not too many saw that coming. They recovered with a 1-1 at home to West Bromwich Albion 2 weeks ago. Haven't won in any competition since the 29th of December, when they overcame Luton by a single goal at home. Darling waiting to see what was up ahead of him. Reunited with Ben Cabango today. Cabango scored in the 9th minute of added time, the last time that Swansea won in this stadium. An incredible ending it was to that derby. Here's Cullen. Wales international Liam Cullen, often cheered in these parts, but everyone focusing on his club loyalties today rather than the national side. Looping throw by O'Dowda. Comes back here to Darling. Swansea having a very similar season to the one they had last year when they finished 14th. They're 2 points better off than they were at this stage, with 26 games of their season gone. They're withheld in 16th place. A little bit better this time around, but their fans want them to mount a push to get back to the Premier League again. It's been a long time out of the top tier for them after a really good run in the top flight. Free kick to Swansea. Foul by Keane Ashford. The referee for this one is James Bell. Darling maybe a little ponderous on the ball there. Lucky that Ashford went in a bit too aggressively from behind. There's a fair old distance between these two clubs in terms of rivalry. 43 miles, 47 minutes by car. There aren't too many big clubs in these parts. These have always been the big rivals in this country. Wrexham, of course, making significant headlines further north. Newport not too far away either, but in lower divisions. It is a capital clash this afternoon. And the 3 games starting early this afternoon in the Championship. Millwall taking on Hull and Plymouth up against QPR as well. Young. Korean looking to run here. The Cardiff back line. In the end, it's a throw into the home side. Canton Stand making plenty of noise behind that goal. Throw in there by Hotter, who has reverted to right back today, having played in central midfield last time out. Grimes, captain on here to Gonzalo Franco. Key. Ronaldo, the Brazilian. Starting to get their passing game going. Ronaldo's never going to win the free kick there. In the end, it's out off him for a Cardiff throw. Cardiff, who've won just one of their last 13 league games now. Fans were looking up because they won 4 of 6 before that. Key with Tanner to contend with in the early stages here. Free kick to Swansea. High one there by O'Dowda. A hand up in apology straight away. Opportunity here for the away side. They've scored 9 times in the opening 15 minutes of matches. They do start games well. Here's Grimes. Got the angles across here, which they use away by Rolls. Ashford. A little bit scrappy from a Cardiff point of view in the opening stages here. Throw for Robinson. Timon's there with him, moving over from left back. Robertson. It's behind, it's the first corner of the game, and it's Cardiff City's. This derby game starting amidst a backdrop of a big protest on the streets of Cardiff, walking to the stadium. Thousands of home fans protesting against the board, and ultimately the owner as well, Vincent Tan. They want him out of their club. Cardiff corner, taken very much akin to the way Arsenal take theirs at the moment, and have had so much recent success in the Premier League. Hotter. O'Dowda. And again, for a third time. Then instead was Gutas. Alex Robinson. He was looking for the free kick there and wins it against Allen. Oh, this is a very lively start indeed here. It's clever from the Cardiff man who saw that Allen was coming from behind, just waited for the contact to be made in his back. Only 21, but he knows all the tricks of the trade. Gutas and O'Dowd in conversation about who's going to move where. Gutas was in training there for the first dance at his wedding. That was around the hips of O'Dowd. Referee Bell is watching. Whipped in towards that near post area, and it went behind off what looked to be a Swansea player in Josh Tymon. Was there a foul in there? It was a push by Jesper Dahlen, the Norwegian centre-half, in the back there of the Swansea man, and it was spotted by the referee. Well, Swansea do have a really good recent record against Cardiff. Cardiff only victors against their arch-rivals once since 2021, having played in every season since then twice. Figueroa had the height advantage. Grimes motoring upfield, no time to waste for them. Ball was looking here for Tymon, who nearly gets lucky. Gutas on the cover. Trying to find a pocket of space, struggling to do so. Into Yom instead. Tymon. Allen trying to wriggle in behind. And he's actually won a free kick here as well, the 34-year-old. Fairly cheap one to concede from a Cardiff point of view. There was an arm across his neck and a pulling of his shirt as well. It impeded him too much in what he was trying to do initially. The referee saw enough to blow. Can Swansea strike first here? They netted inside 3 minutes in their last visit when Joel Piroe scored. It was in April of 2023. Days and weeks of 2025, this derby is alive again. I just wonder whether they can use this pocket of space here, Swansea. They do go into that space. Comes back outside and lashed over by Gonzalo Franco. He's actually scored a couple of goals in his last few championship appearances. I'm not sure that was what was initially intended, the way it was delivered. And in the end, it was over the top from the Portuguese, who's had such a good season so far, following his move from Moreirense. A really progressive player in the Swansea midfield. Has to get it, progress it, and move on himself. Not a man who looks backwards. Here looking towards Cullen, but Gutas was always the favourite for the header. Cullen again. Cardiff look that little bit stronger in the middle of the park, and they've won a free kick. Chambers wants to get over here. been plenty of talk involving both of these two clubs this week, because there has been a suggestion that they, along with Wrexham and Newport, could compete for a place in Europe in a revamped 16-team Welsh League Cup next season, along with the 12 Cymru Premier sides. A tournament potentially being a knockout format, which could generate an extra few £1 million for Welsh football. And the winner could get into Europe. But suggestions last night in some of the newspapers that the English FA would be able to block a move for that. It's the only way that you get into Europe through the English league system is either by finishing in the top place in the Premier League or winning one of the two domestic cups. Offside here against Tanner. Wrexham were actually the last Welsh club who were in the EFL to qualify for Europe through a domestic path. They won the Welsh Cup back in 1995. And of course, it would likely be one of these two teams to win the competition each year, but they'll be competing in Europe as a second-tier club. Which isn't totally unknown in the UEFA club competitions. It has happened previously. Darling, and his feet well taken away there. Swansea be delighted to have not only one of Cabango or Darling, but both of them in the middle of defence again today. Both were struggling with injury. Cabango went off with a groin injury on New Year's Day in their defeat at Portsmouth, but has recovered for this one just in time. Darling missed the game last week against Southampton as well. Problems on the south coast. Both of their recent away games. Ashford. Chambers, Rinham Hotter. Cardiff start again here. Darlin. So back to goalkeeper Jack Anik. Haven't had a shot on target yet. Swansea have had nearly 80% possession in the opening 16 minutes. And they have had the only shot from Gonzalo Franco. Darling. Timon can roll it down the line here just like that. Young struggling to get there. Did he keep it in? No, he didn't. The drum hasn't stopped beating here. Limited action in the two goal mouths up until now. Certainly a big afternoon for Omariza, who is still trying to prove his credentials as a manager. He took over from Errol Bullitt 6 matches into the season when the Turkish coach was sacked. He's given the job as caretaker, but appointed until the end of the season at the start of December. They have been 17th in the form table since then. Only experienced previously at Cheshire, the non-league side based just outside of London, in 2013 to 14. And Leyton Orient as well, where he won just one of his 7 games in charge. Turkey B international in his playing days. Started out at Arsenal and then West Ham. Didn't play for either of those two. To play in Turkey for Denizlispor and Trabzonspor as well on the north coast. Dowder just to sacrifice possession there to Key. Allen took the high route to Yom. Nothing scored yet for Swansea. A man signed from Gwangju in Korea back in July, where he scored plenty of goals, but has had 26 now with that attempts on goal, which is the joint most in the Championship without finding the net this season. Waiting for that elusive first. Key. Really good composure there to carry it past Tanner. In the end, ran into traffic. It was a traffic jam as far as he was concerned. Take here by Ashford. Hikaru was always the favourite. Starting to settle down a little bit here now, but this is Swansea's game at the moment. Cardiff struggling to get the ball off them, and when they do get it, they're trying to play fast and quick to get the ball forward, but with limited success. Darling. And paging up. Here's Yeom Ji-sung. Yeom. Just hoping that Dowder was going to miss that. Looks like he might be struggling with a bit of an injury there now as well. The Cardiff left back hobbling around, not looking entirely comfortable. Key. Standing close by, Gonzalo Franco. Darling. Grimes. Well, Young has done pretty well there, but has to sacrifice the ball in the end. It's a throw-in to Cardiff. Hard to know, though, in the current day, whether the ball going out for a throw or a goal kick is worse. So Dowder, I think, signalling here that he's in trouble. Awkward landing after rising for that header. We do have a natural left back on the bench in the shape of Joel Bagan, so he's just telling the bench that this situation is a little uncertain at the moment. Looked like it should have been a Cardiff throw. Trying to run this one off. He won't want to go off unless he has to. Meanwhile, it's a throw here to be taken by Josh Timon. Yom was tripped. And the referee saw it. Dowder now does look like a doubt to continue. Not sure seem to be the words from him. Joel Bagan is being told to come on here, so Omoriza is being forced into a change that he didn't expect to make. Certainly not at this stage. Has come on as a sub in the last 4 games, so it's good to go here. Omoriza just trying to get some instructions into his captain here, Joe Rawls, who was sent off against Swansea a number of years ago. He's seen everything with Cardiff over the last 15 years, having arrived as a youth player from Farnborough back in 2010. It looks like it's a hamstring issue here for O'Dowda, who's pointing to where the problem area is, but if there's any kind of tweak or strain, he's not going to continue here. Certainly against the attacking prowess that Swansea have. This change is going to happen. So Bagan is called for. As one Irishman replaces another. Bagan was on loan in Europe last season. He had a spell with Zulte Waregem. Let's try and get some more experience. The former Republic of Ireland under-21 international. He's played plenty of matches this term, but has been in and out of the side. Swansea free kick. There's always going to be Grimes to deliver, but to no one in Swansea white. Bagan gets it downfield with his first touch. Grimes. Swansea find a way out, as they so often do. Only Leeds average more possession than Swansea. Away form has been an issue for them, though. They've only won 4 of their 13 matches away from the Swansea.com this season. Certainly here at Cardiff, they've scored enough in recent times. 21 goals. In the last 12 meetings between the sides, home and away, they've only let in 6 goals. They have had the better of Cardiff in recent times. We'll be hoping for more of the same today, but limited signs from either team yet that they are going to get themselves on the score sheet. Over halfway through this first half now. Maybe this might be one of the tighter derby games after all. Cardiff without a win here in their last 6. They've gone 7 home games or more without a win since they had a run of 8 ending in February of 2023. On home soil, a 2-1 success here against Norwich back on the 2nd of November. It's been a long couple of months since then for the Bluebirds fans. Even that win they left late, letting in the 89th and then 93rd minute. The winner from O'Dowda, actually, who's just left the scene here. Grimes clears up, Rawls taking over. Space opening up here as it's fired through by Alex Robertson. Cardiff's first shot of the game in any respect. A positive for the boss at least, but it was well off target. moving the ball quickly, and Robertson, who's been moved further forward by Risa in recent weeks, hence why Chambers has come into the side. He scored against Coventry here on New Year's Day. First of those 3 successive draws they've had. Another man is back there. Timon. Young. Lutas comfortably out. Strong challenge, and it's left Tanner spinning in the middle of the field. Ronald. Swansea throw, but the home fans not happy with that tackle. Tanner was rolling for some time after play had moved on there. Darling it was who tried to kick through. Well, someone's shin pad went flying off. It was certainly Tanner's. Warning to those who wear them low and also wear size 6. Maybe you should roll your socks up. Play the shin pads as they were intended. Tanner, come what may, will be okay, I'm sure. There's the new man, Yusuf Salek, turned 23 yesterday, was signed from Sirius on Friday, having scored 13 goals across the 2024 season for his former side, Sirius. Potential debut for him later on, we shall see. Playing in the Swedish top flight before joining. Yeah, big step up for him. I understand why players wear such small shin pads. They're not comfortable to play with, especially of big size. If you're a nippy winger or an attacker, it does like to move at pace, but surely you have to find some kind of compromise to protect yourself at the same time. Can't have any complaints if he's going to get kicks like that. Darling. Darling again. Grimes helps it on. Key to Grimes. Cabango. Timon. Yum. Side has had a shot on target yet. Good challenge there by Fagan, who came on as a substitute to endear himself to the home fans once again there with a firm tackle in this derby. Swansea took the lead after just 10 minutes when they met earlier this season at the end of August. Liam Cullen striking, Callum Robinson netting 11 minutes from time to take a share of the points for Cardiff. Grimes saying handball, Free saying throw. Grimes. 10 years as Swansea player now. He joined from Exeter back in 2015. Young. High enough, but too close to Anik in goal. Give and go. Bacon. Robinson the nearest to him. Past him and then nodded down by Robertson. Rinamota. And a player that every manager loves, the versatile one. Foul here by Cullen. Over 10 to go until half-time. Fairly low-key derby in front of goal. Robertson looking to try and help change that. And it goes. Gutas was there but couldn't get a touch. Young has touched it behind. Corner Cardiff. Three Cardiff players packed together. Robertson goes low, scoot towards that far post and then over by Chambers. He's only scored once for Cardiff away at Middlesbrough a couple of weeks ago. Trying to control it but couldn't get his leg up over the top of the ball. Gutas with that initial touch on towards Robinson. To be this time. Cardiff having a bit of a spell here. And then Robertson and Robinson found themselves on a different wavelength. Chambers. Free kick. Foul by Allen. Fans started to get a little bit excited here. As much territorial advantage as they've had just about at any point in this game up until now. Players extremely spread across the field. Hoisted by Robertson. In there by Dallin. So the chance of that far post saved by Bigaroo. McKee will try and bring it away. It was Chambers again in there. Two chances for him in the space of a minute. Back they come with Robertson. Lovely weight on that ball to bring in Ashford. Still Ashford. Bigaroo will take the pressure off, but he was tested there. First time either goalkeepers had to make a save in this game. Allen didn't get the ball away, took a big risk there. Chambers able to fire it towards goal. On his weaker left side, just had to hit and hope. Hooked by Rawls. Maybe things are starting to hot up here. Cardiff stealing a few yards up the touchline, but the ball went back, so the referee happy for play to continue. Apologies if you picked up any bad language there. Not too many friends on the opposite sides of the segregation here. Ronaldo. So Franco and he combining, the two Portuguese speakers, no doubt spending a lot of time with one another at the training ground. Franco hits it. Jesper Darland is behind, and Swansea City have their first corner of the game. They looked like they wanted to play short here. It's not going to happen now. It's long and deep. Headed back across. Maybe that was intentional. It was Cullen who peeled away. Timon. Again long and deep. This time Anik has it. Chambers. Robinson, who has just kept that one on the right side of the line. From his three-match ban today, having been sent off against Coventry here on New Year's Day. Hotter. Just behind the run there of Robertson. Rescued though by Ashford. Bacon. With a really poor ball away. No strength in what he was trying to do there at all. Hotter. Looks like he went out of key. Meantime, going to just swap sides temporarily. Minutes of normal time before the break. I'm sure because of that injury to O'Downer there will be a couple more added on. Chambers certainly a lot further advanced than he has been throughout his career up until now. His first season playing Championship football as well, having started with Arsenal and moved on to Aston Villa after that as well, who we joined from in July. 3 times capped with England as well, some 10 years ago. Progress for Moriza, I think, has to be the way that they look at this first half. 6 of the last 8 head coaches at Cardiff actually failed to win this fixture. Mick McCarthy and Errol Bullock did. Moriza looking to put his name into the successful list. Hoping here for Ashford, the 20-year-old trying to find an angle to shoot from. Again, a silly challenge, a free kick given away by Gonzalo Franco. Clash of knees. Robertson giving himself another opportunity to deliver. Everton looking to drop this into a good area. Signed from Manchester City back in the summer. He said that Fernandinho was his mentor there. Not a bad player to learn off. He's created the most chances for Cardiff this season. But he might be going for goal here himself, the way he spotted that ball down. It is Robertson. I think it might have taken a deflection off the wall there. Either way, Vigaroo had it covered. Timon taking that quickly, but showed a bit too much there to Rindam Hotta, who himself will have a run. Then pulled back a bit there by Allen, who's very close to picking up a yellow card. Chambers, too much for Robertson. Close but not quite for Omorisa on his side. Who knows how he's been feeling the last few days, Omorisa, but maybe he just wanted to keep himself busy by taking charge of this game. Trying to occupy the time in his life. Moving to added time. Let's see if we can go. Bacon. 4 minutes added on. Cardiff might have a chance. They do with Robinson. The only chance he's had all game. I'm not too happy with his teammates saying that he should have passed there. I think he had to take that shot on, especially as a striker. He is their 8-goal top scorer this season, but didn't get anything on it at all. Certainly didn't put it either side of the goalkeeper. Timon. Moving down that line. Getting nothing from the officials. Only jeers from the home fans. Franco. Dallin's ball away wasn't great. Swansea tried to play, but Cardiff have often been in their faces, forcing them to do things a little quicker than they might like. Just like that. Robinson. He wants to wait as well. Cabango not messing around. Robinson just dig out the cross. Chambers trying to dance his way through, but someone's given away a free kick in there. Just a minute left of added time. Well, normally goals in this game. Only 6 matches between the two teams since the Second World War have ended 0-0. probably bring a touch of chaos at times. Yes, 0-0 was here in January of 2020. Plenty of yellow cards, but no goals. Robinson. He thought about playing that first time, but did well in the end to just take a touch and wait. And he wins a free kick. Cabango in the referee's face, which is ill-advised. Eventually, a card has been shown by the referee for dissent, I think it was. Well, it was a pullback there by Cabango and Robinson. That was the free kick itself, but looks like Grimes has somehow gone into the book. So, captain cautioned. We are now overtime in added time. Yom here has had the stuffing knocked out of him by that late challenge we just saw on that replay. Yom was quite heavily winded here. A little bit groggy. So Cardiff free kick. Darlin and Chambers at the bottom of your picture here, ready to start their runs. Now everyone's ready. Pretty high line here from Swansea, which wasn't particularly well held. Half-time. The first half that has simmered, but yet to really catch fire this one. No goals and very few chances on target. Swansea have managed to keep Cardiff out for the majority, though Callum Robinson had that chance towards the end of the first half. Callum Chambers with a couple of efforts too. Gonzalo Franco had the best effort of any of the Swansea players in the first half, but they are yet to have a shot on target, despite having 70% possession. Half-time here in the South Wales derby. It is Cardiff 0, Swansea 0. Been a real tough run for them. Limited credit from their victory at Sheffield United last Thursday in the FA Cup because of the fact the two teams were changed so greatly. Cardiff are looking to win successive matches at home against Swansea for the first time since 1985 today. Ollie Tanner and Aaron Ramsey are on target when Errol Bullock won the derby here in September of 23. No one has been celebrating here yet. No changes at the break for either side either. Ronaldo giving it away. Tanner. There's a Robinson who takes a touch and scores! Blue bedlam at the Cardiff City Stadium. Fewer than 90 seconds gone in the second half, and it's the returning Robinson who scored in the reverse fixture, who fires the Bluebirds ahead this time. Everyone knew as soon as he'd hit that ball that he was going to find the net. Just had that gap inside the post. Had enough power to beat the goalkeeper, Vigouroux. It nestled beautifully in the corner. Some maybe thought the way he took that down on his chest wasn't going to be good enough to get the strike away with any great success. Certainly success there for Amorisa. He's having his best season in front of goal in several years since he netted 12 times with Preston back in 2018-19. That is 9th of the season. It's now Swansea who have to respond as they play towards the end where there are a couple of thousand travelling fans are. Fewer fans, it should be said, than would normally be allowed here at the Cardiff City Stadium, but restrictions put in place, meaning that only a select group are allowed to travel. And there is a constant annoyance and frustration as well, but fans do have to be bussed in for these games. If you are a Swansea fan living in Cardiff, you have to travel to Swansea to get a bus back, and a bus back to Swansea before travelling back to Cardiff. It's a tricky old method. Plenty still making their way back to their seats as well, but missed that goal. Season campaigner at this level, Callum Robinson. It's his goal at Swansea back in August that salvaged the point for Cardiff. And he has this Cardiff Stadium alive with noise. There by Roberts. Cardiff can grab a second here, it might be curtains for Swansea. They've scored in the last 8 meetings between these two sides. Goals, from a Cardiff point of view, should be celebrated wildly. At the moment, they don't come around too often. And they have gone ahead this season, Cardiff. They have won only 4 of 10 games. That resolve hasn't quite been there for them, but they could do with digging in today. A result that would pull them a little bit further clear of the drop zone. Looking towards Ashford. Last touch on there by Robinson. Robinson offside. Swansea had to be a lot better in the second half, but it might get worse for them here. Again! He couldn't believe his luck! And those Cardiff fans are in dreamland! The South Wales derby might be theirs again. The stuff of nightmares in the back for Swansea City. And Robinson gobbling up the chance. So carelessly given away. And he grabs his and his side's second goal in the space of 4 minutes. And his 5th goal in his last 3 games. Grimes it was who played it forward initially. And then Timon wanted to come back. His ball wasn't particularly bad, but Darling didn't go and deal with it. Robinson did. And it might be a goal that settles this game. Wonderful celebrations behind that goal. They've had a torrid season so far, Cardiff City. The game played today with the backdrop of the protests that led before. Here on the pitch, Omari's side, looking like they're going to deliver a very, very memorable result. And Robinson now chasing a hat-trick. The last league hat-trick in this fixture was scored by Cardiff's Ivor Oldchurch in a 5-0 Division 2 win at Ninian Park, which was just across the way from here back in April 1965. He will want to stay on this field as long as possible now, with a chance of adding his name to that list. Jan Vipotnik has been called for. And Florian Bianchini as well. Win the free kick. A bit of a scrap there between Guillaume and Chambers. Guillaume was never likely to fight back, not really in his nature. Chambers getting rave reviews for his performances in midfield at the moment. Cardiff ready to make this double alteration. Allen is going to be withdrawn. Yom also taken off here. Slovenia international comes in, a summer signing from Bordeaux. Might mean that Cullen goes to play wide here, with Vipotnik going centrally. Lou Williams is going on a scouting mission tomorrow to the Netherlands. Well, technically flying to the Netherlands at least, they were his words. He might be going to Belgium, who knows, but he was flying to the Netherlands to watch a couple of centre-halves that he might be interested in signing. He had talked about signing the Wales international Joe Lowe from Wickham, but looks like that deal is on the back burner at the moment. He did say that he hopes he boarded the plane on Sunday with a hangover, suggesting that they might be celebrating a win here at Cardiff today, but if they are going to do that, it's going to have to be in spectacular fashion. Looking a long way from that right now. Cardiff passion inside this stadium, which isn't quite full, but it certainly feels like it is. Nice turn there by Tanner, keeping it towards Robinson. Free kick has been given though for offside. Cardiff just have to be aware of Swansea here. They have mixed things up. Grimes. Darling to Key. Top, and a good run by Bianchini. I'll be back to anyone else in white, and Anik able to dive on the ball. It was a good run by the substitute. He has the pace to get in behind. Very quickly wanting to restart play here now. Tanner quickly into the challenge there. And the ball's on. They might be in for a third here. Ashford, though, forgetting that he had a line to deliver the ball before he got towards. Swansea have a strange record in the Championship this season. They've scored 21 times in the first halves of matches, but only 9 times after the break. If they want to win, they're going to have to add 33% to that second half total, which seems pretty unlikely. Frenchman Bianchini. Key wins the corner. This game certainly isn't done. The third Cardiff goal would seal it once and for all. Bianchini, the summer signing from Bastia, the island of Corsica. Bianchini goes low. Still travelled quite a long way. Robertson asking for a run here from Ashford. Swansea had enough there. Bianchini has made a really good positive impression off the bench, but they sent Darling back here. Very unlike Swansea there to force the ball quickly. Anik. By Darling. Robinson, the 2-goal hero of the day. Nice spread by Chambers. Tanner. Oh, just cut out by Darling, who did really well. Motta has the ball back, but he fouled his man in the process. So throw in here to Swansea. You want that goal back quickly. Give them something to work with. Ronald going down. The 2 number 35s blocking horns. Not often you see that. Ronald might well talk his way into a yellow card here. Throwing your arm towards the referee like that rarely does you any favours. Wales boss Craig Bellamy here watching today. It was unlikely he'd miss this one for many reasons. scored in Cardiff's 1-0 away win against Swansea back in the early months of 2011. From Rob Page as the Wales boss, who had some very, very famous nights here. Ultimately took Wales to the World Cup. Oh, what a ball that could be. Chambers there with a wonderful piece of technique, finding Tanner. He was looking for the Hollywood pass there to find Ashford. He has kept it in play. Potnik. Spread by Cullen, who's playing a little deeper now. Ronaldo. Yeah, a little bit frustrated there. Chambers standing on the ball, Ronaldo wanting to get on with things. I'm just urging a little bit of calm here. Cardiff have been peppering the Swansea goal in recent times. Their last 10 shots in the game have resulted in 9 efforts for Cardiff, just the 1 for Swansea. Grimes looking to drop this on the penalty spot just about. Quite do it. Out by Dimitrios Goutas. Key. Hagen clearing up. Slotted into the side quite well, having replaced Callum O'Dowda in the early stages of the game due to his injury. Grimes. Darlin. A bit of momentum here released for Swansea. They're getting well on the field, but haven't been able to find a goal from their play just yet. Still haven't had a shot on target in the entire match. Potnik. Well, he might go for it there. The way he was shaping up. Cullen. Ronaldo. Brazilian pushed off it there. Darling, I'm sure he got plenty on that. They'll take it back to Vigouroux. Key. Back on the ball. Pretty efficient with their chances in the second half. 20 minutes in now. They're looking for a third. They'll try and find it from a corner. It's looking unlikely from there, but Tanner has done it before. He's trying to do it again. This would be a damaging defeat once more for Swansea. Troubles on the road continuing. The faint chances they have of that playoff place getting ever fainter with every game that goes by. 7 points short of the top 6 coming into this weekend. They are comfortably clear of relegation. 10 points they are above the dotted line. Goutas! That's 3! And that's the game for Cardiff. a header from the Greek centre-half! It doesn't get better than that! What a header from the defender. Doesn't get too many. Hasn't scored since the game at QPR on New Year's Day last year. Hasn't scored here at home since he got the winner against Millwall the previous December. But that's the game sealer, all right. It is going to be Cardiff's day. Swansea well beaten. This header was a thing of beauty. Great bend on that ball. And he absolutely hammered it there. Off the underside of the bar and in. He made it his, but no one was with him whatsoever. Pitiful defending. And even if it was zonal marking, maybe a slight push there from Tanner as well on Darling, but he didn't want to attack it. Gutas did. And got his reward. Cardiff fans starting to celebrate pretty wildly now. And it's not going to be a wild Saturday night for Luke Williams. He might wake up tomorrow morning not wanting to board that flight. Get battered everywhere they go. Is the chant from the home fans here. Lamoriza now just having to work out how he can shut this game down. He's key. With a piece of tracking against him there. And Cardiff is smelling blood. Robinson, of course, wants that hat-trick goal, but the ball went past him. Robinson, full of confidence, but not full of strength there. Cabango had it off him easily. Swansea being forced back here. Darling, though, finding space to maraud forward. Franco, who we haven't seen too much of today, hasn't been able to influence this game. Ronaldo crosses, and Key is free! They had to put the goal back there. Chances have been so limited for Swansea all afternoon. But Key ghosted in, no one marking him at all. Bagan asking why there wasn't a call to say there was a man there. Either way, wide the header went. And a let-off for Cardiff, it has to be said. One of those days. It's been a poor start to 2025 if you're a Swansea fan. No wins yet. Next up, they're hosting Sheffield United, who are heading back to the Premier League as things stand. Darling. Cabango, Grimes. Key. Oh, does he get there? The goalkeeper, Anik, made a challenge on him. Neither player was sure who was going to get to the ball first. It was a 50-50 challenge. Key waited, then Anik did as well. Key certainly got a boot to the ball, and then had arms across him. Went out off the goalkeeper last. Not impressed. Corner short. They try and work a different angle. Yankini headed into Rinham Hotter there. I think may have made contact with his arms. Robinson, Rolls, Chambers, they're all involved here for Cardiff. Short and sharp passing, the fans enjoy. It's like Piggy in the middle there from the Swansea point of view. Just about 20 minutes to go, all told, including the added time that's likely to come. Ronald, Cardiff thought that had gone. Persevering, but Rinham Hotter wins the duel. Corner. Cardiff don't want to give Swansea a sniff here. Rinham Hotter out. Grimes. First touch might have set him up for the shot, but cross instead. This time out off Jesper Darlin. Corner in there and headed off the line by Robinson. He made a period of applause that was rippling around the stadium. Swansea coming very close to making it 3-1. Yankini. Another header down, but this time the referee seeing a foul as Darling headed it. Changes on both sides here now. Josh Key will come off here and Cal Norton will replace him at the back. Double change for Cardiff, who are going to take off Callum Chambers here first of all for Manuel Siopis, who is back after illness. Chambers has had a fine day out there. Maybe has possibly found a new position for the final years of his career. And Robertson also coming off. And he's been replaced by Ruben Kohler. One of those who was left out of the side today. Siopis getting involved straight away. Information of those changes for you. Siopis, or Sio as he's commonly known in these parts. Great ball there for Rinham Hotta. How quickly was Rawls, leading by example, the captain. The day of his 350th championship appearance for Cardiff. He will go down a Bluebirds legend, you can guarantee that. Timon, Ronald gets lucky. Just hammers it as far as he could. Day if you're a Swansea fan. Maybe you're just having to take their medicine here again, having had the better of Cardiff in recent years. Away troubles continue. Just 10 times they've scored away from the Swansea.com stadium so far this season. Scored the fewest goals of any championship side in the second halves of games. In fact, only League Two strugglers Tranmere have scored fewer than them in the whole of the EFL. So the last 2 goals they've scored have been in added time at the end of the 90 minutes as well. They have been leaving things late in recent weeks. Bianchini. So much of the play has been in this kind of area for Swansea, but just very limited output at the end of it. Darling. Colwell. Dearly love a 4th goal here. Scoreline that Swansea beat them by in this stadium a few years ago. Grimes. Ronald. Gremio Annapolis man. Grimes. And Bianchini was coming in far side, but he's given away a free kick for his challenge that the referee didn't like. Blood's coming from the head here. And Bagan as well, and a yellow card shown to somebody. Treatment is going to be needed there for the Cardiff player. Innocuous in his challenge, he didn't mean to do any harm. It's a yellow card actually for Liam Cullen, presumably for something that he said. Some of the Swansea fans heading out. The Cardiff fans taking great delight in that. the suggestion might be here that Cardiff have to make the change. Bagan himself, who came on because of an injury. Cardiff so far have made 3 subs, but only in 2 substitution windows, so they have got another couple of changes here to make if they want, but maybe he will stay on after all. A new shirt is required. Not a happy day for that man. Looks like he's going to be finishing out his career with his former side now, a second spell with them. His first start since November today. And Sheffield United next, then they go to Norwich at the end of the month before hosting Coventry City to start February. Cardiff are going to give a debut here to Youssouf Saleh. This Ollie Tanner will come off. He's going to come on. No hat-trick for Robinson, but it was ultimately his 2 goals right at the start of the second half that did the big damage. Salah comes on as we see those goals from Robinson again. Which had Darling running in treacle there. He couldn't catch it. Robinson could. He doubled things up. So Saleh comes on for him. New Danish centre forward in town. And Matchday on for good measure as well to try and cause Swansea more problems in the minutes that remain. So Bagan is okay to continue, given the fact they've made those 2 changes. With a big bandage, plenty of Vaseline and a new shirt. And a look that probably isn't his greatest. Swansea taking off Ronaldo as well. That's their admittance that the game is done. Commissioner Saleh has come on wearing 22 on his back. Hagan wanted to get back out there. Minutes left of normal time. Confirmation of that Swansea substitution as well. Return here for Sam Parker, the 18-year-old who's come on and back from injury after a hamstring problem. One time out he's had. League appearance actually for Swansea. Had a couple last year, but hasn't been involved since the 13th of January last year in the Championship for Swansea. So a torrid time with injuries. Did reappear for Swansea in September, playing for the under-21s. Hagan now playing with no number or name on his back. Siopis. Ashford, we'll have it back here. Giroud just a little chance with any of the 3 goals. Have it back, here's Matchday. Rinamhota could go inside here if he wanted to find Colwell. Matchday. Bumped, free kick. A yellow card will be shown from the referee as well. Bianchini. Made no attempt to play the ball there whatsoever, just wanted to block Matchday. So Rawl standing over this free kick here for Cardiff, who could add some real gloss to this scoreline with a 4th goal. They were 9th at this stage last season, down in 21st coming into this weekend, but their position would improve. A bit of off the ball scuffle there, players going down. Allen has found himself on the grass. Now everyone getting involved in a bit of a derby scuffle. What has the referee and the 2 assistants seen? Some kind of disciplinary here. Vipotnik being held here by Timon, which might suggest that he had a big say in what happened there. Now discussions about to commence. And the yellow is out. But for who? Rawls being called in. Cabango as well. And a yellow each. To get 10 yellow cards to your name, to get a ban now at this stage of the season. Bango with his 5th of the season, so some way off a suspension. Number 6 for Rawls. 5 minutes of additional time. Plenty of fans heading out, but the vast majority will stay here beyond the full-time whistle to revel in this victory. 4 points off the nearest and dearest this season is a decent tally for Cardiff City, given the position they find themselves in overall. Matchday. Well, very much on the fringes here, wants to show the manager what he's still got to offer. Just a lot there of Rinamhota. Swansea, but time very much against them here. Swansea still pushing. Any goal now is going to matter very little indeed. Cavango. Trying to turn it around the corner there towards the run of Parker. Ball straight out of play, and then Omar Rizza got a bump there as well, and he did not like that at all, and the manager steaming in to Gonzalo Franco, having to be held back here by his staff. He did not like that. And he is absolutely fuming. Rarely do you see this, but Omar Rizza has totally lost it. And he could find himself in serious trouble. In fact, he's been sent off. Omar Rizza shown a red card by the referee. A very good day for his team, but it ends here for him with red mist. Wow. Let's see how much intent there was there. Gonzalo Franco ran over. I think Omar Rizza, there was clear intent there as he barged into him. And the referee sending him back to the dressing room a few minutes ahead of schedule. A very good day for him. It will mean that he won't be able to carry out any post-match media duties either, so no real chance to take the credit for everything that's been achieved today. Can't go running onto the pitch like that. Officials left with no option but to send him off, and he will be missing for their game at Millwall now. They're going to visit Alex Neil's side on Tuesday. Millwall, who the other team starting early on today as they took on Hull City. Throw in here to Cardiff. Just about a minute left here now, not much more than that. As Cardiff fans are celebrating. The benefit, at least, of an early kick-off is that you get more of the afternoon to enjoy it and go out in the city, which will be pretty lively after this one, you might imagine. Grimes. Matchday using his strength really well. Many can get the better of him in a duel. Norton. He's been chased from behind there by Ashford, but that is that. Callum Robinson, the two-goal heroes, set Cardiff on their way. And South Wales is blue for the rest of this season. Nil-nil it was at half-time, with the damage done very early in the second half. His goals on 47 and 51. Dimitrios Goutas with a bullet header just after the hour mark to make sure the points were saved. Cardiff will celebrate. Swansea beaten again, and beaten heavily. Omar Rizza sent off late on, a straight red card after he stormed onto the pitch after Gonzalo Franco went charging into him. That the only negative for Cardiff, who will enjoy